Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 50th annual meeting of Save the Bay. I hope that everyone viewing this is safe and healthy. As you can see, this is not our typical annual meeting, but the backdrop should be familiar as we're coming to you from the Bay Center in Providence. We are very disappointed that we can't share this milestone annual meeting with all of you in person. For 50 years, Save the Bay's mission to protect and improve Narragansett Bay is one that has been shared with all of you. And this anniversary is an achievement of which we should all be proud. We thank you, and we know we wouldn't be here without you. With great excitement, we're looking forward to the next 50 years. And now I'd like to offer a very special thank you to our lead sponsors, UNFI Wholesale Food Distributors, National Grid, Bank of America, F.L.PUTNAM Investment Management, Sage Family Foundation, Navigant Credit Union, REI, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Rhode Island, CVS Health, Amica Insurance, and our many supporting sponsors. We thank you for supporting Save the Bay and this event. Here with me today is Save the Bay's Treasurer, Bud Cummings, to deliver the Treasurer's Report, Robin Boss, Chair of the Nominating and Governance Committee, to present the slate of board members and new President's Leadership Council members, and Jonathan Stone, Save the Bay's Executive Director, who will deliver his remarks. Before we get started with the reports, I want to let you know that we will not be presenting our annual awards this year. We know how important it is for our recipients to be here at this event, surrounded by their family, friends, and colleagues to receive their well-deserved awards, and we look forward to acknowledging these committed individuals next year. And before I hand it over to Bud for the Treasurer's Report, I'll give you a quick reflection of how I became involved with Save the Bay and why it's precious to me. I grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii. Like Rhode Island, the ocean is vital to our everyday life. My husband and I moved to Rhode Island in the summer of 1994, and on day 3 of moving in, we were windsurfing on Narragansett Bay. In my 26 years of living here, I have surfed Rhode Island's coastal waters, surf paddled in its waves, sailed on the bay, swam in its waters, and I continue to this day to windsurf on Narragansett Bay. Most importantly, I wake up every morning to its beauty, and it has been a source of calm and happiness all through these years. And now I'll hand it over to Bud Cummings for the Treasurer's Report.
Thank you, Cheryl. For the fiscal year ended June 30, 2019, we had very strong positive financial results at Save the Bay. Total support and revenue increased 5% over 2018, led once again by contributions, gifts, and grants totaling $2.3 million that saw this revenue category increase or exceed $2 million for the 4th consecutive year. Once again, this category was led by your contributions and in-kind support, which approximated 45% of the total generated, and for that, we thank you. 2019 was also a very good year for Save the Bay being awarded government grants, which fund many of the projects undertaken to improve the Bay experience, as they increased by 15% year over year. These results reflect the outstanding jobs being done by both our development and grant writing teams, so a shout out to them and all who support them. Save the Bay's renowned programs are a cornerstone of our mission, and in 2019, they generated $549,000 in revenue, a 2% increase over 2018, as we strive to keep them affordable for the thousands who participate. Those activities, held at the Bay Center here in Providence, the Education Center in Newport, or on one of our boats, introduce school children from Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut to the wonders of the Bay, both along the shore and under the water, and we continue to marvel at the new and innovative ways this team delivers its message and work product. Our investment income again exceeded $100,000 thanks to a hefty increase in our endowment as a result of the generosity of those donating to our 50th anniversary campaign and a strong stock market. Though Save the Bay does not have shareholders that management and the board must report to, we do have you, our supporters and constituents, along with the future generations who will one day enjoy Narragansett Bay and all that it offers. In that light, we pay very close attention to our expenses to ensure that they are fiscally prudent and support our goals and objectives. So one should not look at the almost 11% increase in total expenses year over year and wonder, what are we doing with all your monies? Remember the increase in grant and government grant revenue that I cited a few minutes ago? The success in winning these grants means that we have to hire people to execute the work that they represent. So the more successful the grant writing team is, the higher our expenses are going to be for compensation, travel, supplies, etc. So that's a good thing. The key expense indicator to us is how much we are spending to manage and run our core activities. This is represented in the line item titled General Administration on page 13 of the annual report. For fiscal 2019, we spent $264,000 in this area, a 5% increase over 2018. More importantly is the percentage of G&A to total expenses, and I'm pleased to report that management and the board continue to drive this number down. In 2015, G&A represented 11% of total expenses. In 2018, that was down to 6.9%. And in 2019, it was down to 6.5%. So your dollars are carefully spent, and we continue to closely manage that. Finally, we once again received an unqualified audit opinion from our audit firm, meaning that our accounting staff adheres to generally accepted accounting principles and the handling and presentation of our finances. This is my report for the fiscal year ended June 30th, 2019. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Robin Boss, Chair of Save the Bay's Nominating and Governance Committee. I am pleased to present the following slate of board members for a 3-year term beginning July 1, 2020. The slate is Robin Boss, Gib Conover, Chris Lee, Lynn Manning, Jean McDermott, Ruth Mullen, Alan Nathan, Sam Slade, and George Schuster. Members, if you could be sure to cast your vote using the form below this video. Please welcome the following individuals to the President's Leadership Council: Ann Sage, Jesse Scrow, and Clover Drinkwater. Welcome. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all board members, committee members, the President's Leadership Council members, and our trustees for their ongoing service, commitment, and support to Save the Bay. In addition, I'd like to reflect on what Narragansett Bay means to me, and I believe Narragansett Bay is a feast for the senses. My earliest recollections of the bay are of the warmth of the sand of a beach below my feet, of the scent of the waves and of the sea life, the cooling feeling of the water of Narragansett Bay, the dry salt on my sunny back. And I think for most people, there are so many ways to enjoy Narragansett Bay and to truly explore it with all of our senses.
I too would like to thank all of you, our members and donors and volunteers and supporters and swimmers, for joining us today at our 2020 annual meeting. Normally, I like to take this opportunity to describe some of our accomplishments in the year past, and as with prior years, there are many to celebrate this year with respect to water quality, climate resilience, government oversight, habitat restoration, environmental education, and public access. But in light of the current public health crisis, I'd like to focus my remarks on how the team today here at Save the Bay is adapting to the pandemic and the many restrictions that affect us all. First and foremost, our goal is to fulfill our mission to protect Narragansett Bay, all the while keeping our employees, our volunteers, our guests, our students, and our partners safe. We began working remotely on Monday, March 16th. Thankfully, investments that Save the Bay made in information technology several years ago allowed us to execute a seamless transition to a virtual work environment. And I want to add that the board's decision in February of this year to pay off our remaining mortgage balance on the Bay Center here in Providence put us on a firm financial footing to weather the current crisis. We immediately transitioned to regular Zoom meetings, staff meetings. Our education program, within 10 days of our closing of the Bay Center, began to produce a daily series that we live streamed called Breakfast by the Bay, which has received acclaim and viewers from all over the country. It is educational content that focuses on environmental issues affecting Narragansett Bay and the ecology of Narragansett Bay. We conduct routine video conference interactions with stakeholders, with agency leaders, policymakers, and the like. We continue to do our normal everyday, day-to-day work on reviews of permits and enforcement actions. We also, today, are active in public education related to the General Assembly's consideration of a fiscal 2021 budget, with our goal being to protect the two state agencies that are most important to environmental protection in the state, that is the Department of Environmental Management and the Coastal Resources Management Council. Our board continues to meet regularly via Zoom teleconference, and our board committees have also started reconvening meetings via Zoom. While we had hoped to celebrate our 50th birthday this year, we've made the difficult decision to postpone our celebration until September 18th, 2021. Please mark your calendars. We have also made the decision to extend our 50th anniversary campaign through next year. I talked about this campaign last year at the annual meeting. As we celebrate 50 years since our founding in 1970, it's worth remembering that Save the Bay has faced many challenges over the years. These include advocacy battles around oil refineries and oil spills. They include a particular strategic crossroads at the turn of the millennium in 2000, when the organization made a major commitment to environmental education. And we have also endured financial strains on the organization brought on by recession, the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and the loss of a major grant about a decade ago. Each time Save the Bay has adapted. Each time Save the Bay has risen to the occasion and has grown as an organization. I have no doubt that with your support, we will persevere and thrive, just as we have done so in the past. Ironically, this public health crisis has reminded all of us of the value of being outdoors, and in particular, of enjoying all that Narragansett Bay has to offer. I have to say that when I first landed on the shores of Narragansett Bay in 1976, it was a very different picture than it is now. I remember rowing on the Seekonk River with raw sewage drifting by my boat. How far we have come. It's incredible what a difference we have made as an organization, and you have helped us make by supporting our work. I'd like to close on a positive note with a video of our year in review to celebrate our accomplishments, our volunteers and supporters, and our talented team. We have much to be thankful for. Thank you.
Jonathan, the 50th annual meeting of Save the Bay is officially adjourned. At this time, I'd usually invite everyone into the lobby to kick off the Taste of the Bay. As you can see, we aren't able to do it this year. So I am asking you to consider supporting our vendors who have been immensely supportive of this event and who now need our support. If you are able to donate, please go to savebay.org/taste and purchase a virtual ticket, and 100% of the proceeds will go directly to our vendors. Thank you, and have a safe and fun summer.
We here at Granny Squibb's Iced Tea are proud supporters of Save the Bay. They have worked tirelessly for decades to improve and maintain the health of Narragansett Bay. The COVID-19 pandemic has put a halt to their annual fundraising events, but their efforts continue. Visit savebay.org to see how you can help them continue their important work.
Harry Rassel from Matuna Oyster Farm. I appreciate Save the Bay's role in our community as advocates for the environment and their members for their environmental stewardship. We look forward to taking part in the Taste of the Bay every year to help move their mission forward. Thank you.
Hi neighbors, BJ here from Narragansett Beer. We love Save the Bay and all they do to keep Narragansett Bay healthy and sustainable. While we're all having a lot of fun going digital this year, we really can't wait to hang out with them and the many amazing restaurants, farmers, and producers that they bring together for their Taste of the Bay celebration in person next year. We just want to take a moment to thank them for all of their hard work and what they do for our community, and really thank you for supporting their important mission. So please stay safe. We hope to see you soon, and cheers.